Good morning, beloveds. It is Monday. It is quite nice outside. I think it was either in the mid to upper 50s, and by the time I go to work, it'll probably be close to the low 70s. Um, and it's going to be nice today, and then tomorrow it'll be nice in the morning, and then rainstorms are coming back in. So Thursday evening, and Wednesday could be, well, yeah. You just snagged me with your claw. Um, and it is what it is. So we'll just bundle up and wear our rain gear and be careful. But it is February 6th. Our title is Regaining Physical Health. The first quote is, O Lord of hosts, blessed is the person that trusteth in thee. And that is Psalm 84, 12. And then the second quote is, scientific mental healing is a systematic process of reasoning which unearths the mental cause or idea underlying disease and presents the truth about a person's being. And that is Science of Mind, page 203. The spiritual body, made in God's image and likeness, is always whole. The physical body is its natural expression in the outer form. But too often we block the free flow of life through the body temple by our ignorant use of the creative power of thought. Pain and suffering are actual experiences, of course, but they can be alleviated by the proper use of the law of being. They are not God ordained. Learn to say to yourself, I give up every harmful thought, false belief, and negative emotion that has kept me in the bondage of illness. I now let myself be divinely guided to think and to do the things that establish me in wholeness and well-being. Remember that the purpose of a spiritual mind treatment is to establish you in a consciousness of the source of your being. Turn your attention from the condition which you desire to change and begin to realize that there is only God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is your life now. Let your thought dwell on this truth and embody it. God's life is not subject to disease, pain, impairment, or malfunction. My body is vibrant with this life. Every cell, nerve, sinew, and organ is divine substance functioning in accordance with the divine plan of my body temple. And I am now in mental agreement with it. I let it be done in love and understanding. And that is CC. That is Craig Carter. Oh, we're going to play hardball metaphysics today, aren't we? The interesting thing is if you go and look at science, there is a whole lot of science between how emotions actually affect the body. So Craig is on to something here. If you go and look at there's a book out there called Spontaneous Remissions, and that's one of the things that they look at is they look at the emotional impact of feelings on the body while they are going through mostly, I think, cancer treatments, but probably some other things. And the interesting thing is that anger is not bad for cancer treatments. It's not, because what it is it's emotion, it's passion, and it's about a will to live. And so, joy, and all of that is absolutely wonderful for it, but anger is too. So anybody who tells you that anger is a negative emotion doesn't know the whole story. When used correctly, anger can absolutely fuel change, which is its purpose. Now, when we let anger, because if you look at depression is actually anger turned inwards, where we allow anger to start eating ourselves. And so when we are looking at physical health, your spiritual health and your emotional health and your mental health is all very important. And they walk hand in hand. The experience that I have been dealing with, which I don't know the source of, but it has a mental component to it. It has an emotional component to it, and it absolutely has a physical component to it. And they're all so tightly bound together that as my physical health was impacted, it started to affect my mental health and my emotional health. And as I was able to alleviate some of the physical pain, literal physical pain, it improved my mental and emotional health. Now, what kept me going was definitely that mental and emotional health of going, this isn't right. And I was angry about it. I was definitely angry about, okay, I'm angry about the challenge that I'm having. So it kept me fighting to look for something that would help. And part of that is definitely my spiritual health, which is which is coming into alignment with who I am. So what I'm doing is, yes, I am dealing with a chronic pain issue, but I understand that that is the physical body having that experience, that my spiritual body is not affected by that, because my spiritual body is God's idea of me, and God's idea of me doesn't include this pain. So I needed to keep going. I am often reminded that this body, this material body, it's affected by the material nonsense, and that's what I'm going to call it. You'll hear it called a whole lot of other things. You'll hear it called race consciousness. You'll hear it called, whatever else I was going to say just popped right out of my head, which is okay. So, and the idea of science, which says that this isn't supposed to last forever. The spiritual body, that'll last forever, but the material body, it's got a time limit. Now, don't ever let a doctor put an expiration date on you. That's not their job. That's between you and the source of your being. But we buy into these things, and I'll tell you that to some degree, I'm buying into menopause. I'm buying into menopause, and we watch all of the terrible things that women go through with menopause, and so I'm like, I said to myself, I'm not going to have those problems. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm not having most of those problems, but I'm having problems that I didn't know could be an issue of menopause. And so the mental treatment is to remind myself that this is not God's idea of me, to align myself with the idea of perfect health. And then to follow what I am guided to do to alleviate what it is that I'm going through. Because here's the crazy thing. I work in a health food store. I tell you this. We get new products in. We got a new product in. And I was like, that looks interesting. I'm looking at the ingredients in it. It looks, for my age and what have you, it looks safe. And I guess I'll give it a try, because customers like to know, how is it going to make me feel? Are there any, we like to call them side effects and side benefits, because sometimes you get side benefits from things where it does this and you didn't know it was going to do that. And that's exactly what it is. What I started taking has nothing to do with the value that I got out of it. And so that's how spiritual, guidance can work. It can absolutely work. I tried a supplement that had nothing to do with the situation that I was actually working on. I was just thinking, okay, well, let me just see how it makes me feel. I'll do one bottle. And then 3 weeks in, everybody around me kind of went, hey, what are you taking? You have more energy. You look like you feel better, and I just kind of went, oh, okay, so this product is for this, but for me as a menopausal woman, it's doing this. And that's how it can work. That's how it can work. That's what spiritual guidance can look like. And it's crazy, right? But It might lead you into a conversation where somebody says, hey, I know this really great doctor. You go and have a really great experience with this doctor. It can look like trying a new supplement. It can look like when you start doing the research, as I did, I'm pushing myself to exercise more. And all of the research is telling me, you're a menopausal woman. Maybe you need to back down on that. Yes, keep exercising. Yes, keep moving, but you're overdoing it. Maybe you need more sleep. Regaining physical health. Remember that whatever challenge that you are facing is real. It absolutely is real. Do not ever let anybody tell you that it is not real. That is called a spiritual bypass. But it's not God's idea of you. It doesn't touch the spiritual body. God's idea of you is perfect, whole, and healthy. And when we align with that, we are guided to make different choices. Honestly, I haven't changed my eating a whole lot. My diet's mostly clean. I probably eat a little more chocolate than I should, but hey, chocolate's a health food. But I feel better. I feel better because I allowed myself to be guided to try something that honestly, I hadn't gotten a whole lot of success out of that category at all. And whether it does what it says that it's supposed to do, I don't care anymore because it's doing this right here. It's called an off-label use, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And sometimes that's how medicines work. In my case, it's not a medicine, it's a supplement. It includes 3 natural ingredients. But sometimes that's what it is that somebody will try a medication and they will get an off-label use that works for them. And then the doctor goes, hey, that's pretty cool. And then they put it into research. So spiritual alignment happens in a lot of different ways. And I'm going to come back to that first point that I made, that anger isn't a negative emotion. That anger is passion. And frequently anger can tell you that you're not being treated right. In my case, anger was telling me that I wasn't being treated right and that I needed to keep looking. And that kept me going. And in the end, it found me something that, is it a complete solution? Probably not. But it's a whole lot better than where I was. So, regaining physical health. And he has wonderful treatments, because if you're going to do a treatment for physical health, there is no reason not to say every single cell in my body. Include every single cell in your body. Every single cell in my body is living God's life. Every single cell in my body is functioning the way God thinks it should. Not the way society, religion, culture, race conscious, not the way that tells me, because they have whole ideas about menopausal women. God's life is not subject to disease, pain, impairment, or malfunction. My body is vibrant with this life. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to recognize that our physical body is vibrant with God's life. Every single cell. And if there is a particular part of your physical body that is giving you a little hiccup, then focus on that. Remind that part of your body that it is living God's life. That God's idea of it is perfect, whole, functioning absolutely smoothly, as exactly as it should. And tell it the truth. So, we are looking at the fact and telling it the truth behind it. And the truth is that we are spiritual beings having a material experience. God's idea of us is perfect, whole, and complete. All right, that's the mission today, should we choose to accept it. The other mission is the same one that I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. And sometimes it looks like looking at your exercise routine and going, I think I'm doing too much, and pulling back on it. I'm not telling you not to exercise. What I'm telling you to do is maybe you're doing too much. This is a lesson I had to learn. I still exercise 5 to 6 days a week, but I cut it down from an hour to 30 minutes. I am trying to, I'm going to tell you I'm trying to go to bed early. I'm a night owl. But by cutting back my exercise routine, I'm sleeping a little bit more in the morning. So it helps to offset that night owl tendency. But I also am a big believer in naps. That's one of the things. Sometimes the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for yourself is to take a nap. It can also look like taking a deep breath before you speak. It can look like eating a healthy meal. It can look like drinking a cup of coffee and enjoying it, engaging all 5 senses in it. Or tea if you prefer. In my case, that's hot chocolate. Like I said, like my chocolate. It is about self-care. It is about taking care of yourself. It is absolutely. And it's about creating a habit, creating that default setting so that your first response, no matter what happens, is loving, kind, and compassionate, especially with yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. But more important than that, when you create that habit, when you connect with the source of your own being, with the center of yourself, then you are connecting to the infinite source of love, the infinite source of compassion, the infinite source of kindness. And then no matter what happens, you can respond that way. We want to create a world that works for everybody. That is a place to start. With love, with kindness, with compassion for ourselves and for all of the people that we meet. And it's about making room for joy. All right. I say eat dessert first. That's one of my suggestions for love, kindness, and compassion. Eat dessert first. What it means is your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. Use the good china. Eat the good food. Have the good experiences. Take care of yourself and go have a little fun. Or a whole lot of fun. So, I also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water, which is to hydrate. Your brain works better when you're hydrated. I encourage you to get early in your day bright light. It's a circadian rhythm. It's about a hormone balance. If you can do early in your day bright light, it'll encourage that natural circadian rhythm. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It works. It was nice to get a little bit of sun this morning. It was. I like to. That's what I like. That's why I like to get out about the time that the sun's coming up, so I can get just a little bit, but not too much. You see this fair skin? This fair skin burns. All right. And I should be at the quote from Ernest Holmes. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once we learn how to create that for ourselves, because honestly, nobody can create heaven for you. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. You got to do it for yourself. Once you learn how to do it once, you can do it again. And the more you practice that, heaven ceases to be a place and can become any place. And with practice could become every place. That is a superpower. Each and every one of us are born with that. That is a part of what we call the Christ consciousness. They call it other things in other places, but we call it the Christ consciousness. And we come pre-installed with that. And the password's love. So, activate it. Activate it. Activate it. Practice, practice, practice. And you can always take Emma's advice, look for the good and praise it. All right, moving on. I should be at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am. I encourage you to go and check out the content. It's fantastic. We work really hard we may not get a lot of it up there, but we work really hard to make sure that what we do get up is good. So like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. The YouTube channel, we're really proud of the YouTube channel. Those playlists, especially the Soul Session playlist. That's our go-to. If you want to know what we're about, go to the Soul Session playlist. So, and if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That gets you on the Constant Contact. The Constant Contact will then allow you to click here now. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information or to the person that can help you get the information. Oh, you're making a cameo today? You know, look at the people? No? So if you want to know what's going on with the center, just get on that constant contact. If you have emailed to get on it and don't see it, look in your spam filter. It goes to a bunch of people and emails can get weird about that. So, check your spam filter. Okay. I should be on to to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day. I know it's Monday, so it can be a get stuff done day, get started on the right foot day, a catch some sun while we have it day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Always. It's a state of grace. And the cool thing about a state of grace is it can't be earned. It is always granted. And nobody can take it away from you. It's between you and God. All right? It is. And that is fantastic. So, whatever else you do, know who you are. Know who you are. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. I did just share the Sunday service YouTube link, so if you want to check that out, please do. And I don't know where I was going from there. Other than to remind you, yep. See, this is what happens when I trip out of the script. I get lost. And there is no script. It's just the things that I say every day. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.